Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us. We are back at Meta One Design headquarters here on Decentraland, and you know why we're here. We're here for another episode of Beyond the NFT. My name is Sinful, and I am your host as always. Before I get started, I'd like to give a special shout out to our sponsor, Bucktown MMA. Bucktown is a mixed martial arts program whose mission is to empower youth and young combat athletes all around the world. So, if you would like to support Bucktown, uh, just head over to their website. Oops. Am I going? Oh, yeah. Just head over to their website, bucktown.org/support, and there you could read a little bit about what they do, who they are, as well as even read a little bit about the kids that they support from all around the world, as well as, pick up some merch or maybe an NFT. So, yep, make sure to head on over to bucktown.org/support. Okay. Back to the Decentralandy. Oh, what happened? Oh no, I broke it. Everyone. There we go. Now we're back. So now, without further delay, with my technical difficulties, tonight's guest is a musician turned AI artist. His work has been featured in New York Times Square, Art Basel Miami, and at the AI Film 3 Festival. It is a pleasure to introduce FriskyFoxtrot to the stage. Welcome, Frisky. How are you today?
Yo, I'm good. What's up with you?
We vibing on the metaverse. I have the shared screen up for Frisky right now, so he can see every single one of you right now. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll get him on the Decentraland.
Hell yeah.
So so usually how I like to start these shows is I like to pass the mic off over to my guest and allow you the opportunity to give yourself that proper introduction. I know usually my introductions are silly and basic, so I usually kick it off from there and let you do your thing.
Yeah. That was a decent intro, not gonna lie. It sounds cool hearing all those credits from somebody else. My name's Frisky Foxtrot. Got the name from an old gamer tag that was not very used, Frisky Fox, and that was already taken in on Twitter, so it was kind of a autofill, like auto correction on my phone. I was trying to brainstorm what else it could be. Fix Frisky Foxtrot. Yeah, sure. And stuck with it. And I'm a musician. I started playing guitar around age 12 and got into an arts high school for a public arts high school for what they call non-traditional music, basically playing guitar and synthesizer. So from there, my real love of art fully blossomed, and I got to experiment with a bunch of different mediums, and I loved every single one of them. Kind of that, uh, like a bit of a hobby hoe is what I call myself. I bounce from one thing to the next, and um, found a really deep appreciation for art there, but never really mastered any of the visual arts. Um, until 2022 when I found AI. It was like, this is what I wanted. This is an amazing tool, and you can just make infinite creations. And at that same time, I'd been hearing about NFTs for so long that it was just a natural progression. In June of 2022, I finally joined Twitter. Um, Through Web3 and the space, I've found a lot of opportunity and a lot of success, and very grateful to be a part of it. And it's probably the greatest decision I ever made in my life because it gave me a purpose and a focus, um, a platform to publish my art and music. Because before I hadn't touched a guitar in years. I was became a father from a very young age, just kind of set down all the arts for a long time, like a decade. I would touch a guitar maybe once in a while, but um, this is sort of my artistic rebirth since 2022. And like I said, I can't believe I put it off for this long because it's paid off so well in so many great ways. That's sort of my origin story.
I see. I mean, it's kind of an awesome one. You said a few things that kind of hit home for me, like even just starting off with, your name, explaining your name. You see my name, Sinful Meat Stick.
Yeah, where'd you get that?
Well, I'd like to inform you that I actually got that playing video games with my friends as well.
Noise.
I was in this.
It's crazy how many people have that same story.
Yep.
Nobody talks about it that often sometimes. The more I ask, the more you find that out.
Yep, but it's usually those like silly names that do pop out at people, like just like a whoa, nice name, bro.
Exactly,
Uh,
yeah.
like yeah, I used to be in the Sinful Meat clan, so I had friends that all had sinful meat in their names. And so there was Sinful Meat Pie, Sinful Meatballs, Sinful Meat Sack, and I am Sinful Meat Stick, as you can see.
Hell yeah.
uh
Solid name.
Yes, yes. Man, you should see how awkward it gets when I like join those late night X spaces with my name and then like you get someone like, "How sinful is your meat stick?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, but I got this in a video game." And they're like, "Damn, bro, you don't belong here. What are you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Same thing with Frisky Fox. Like, what, you don't make like erotic art? What, are you sure you're not a furry? And I'm like, no, 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 no. No, that's the joke.
That that's what you're supposed to
Joke. It's a
think,
joke.
but
Exactly.
but in a ha type of way, not the actual type of way. I,
Yeah. You
uh,
never know.
so full disclaimer to anyone that is listening right now, I am not a meat stick, nor am I a sinful one. Would you like to make any confessions today?
Uh, well, I'm not a fox,
Damn.
but I wish that was my spirit animal. I don't think it actually is my spirit animal, but they're cool. They make weird ass noises too at night. Yeah, just a playful, fun fox. That's what I aspire to be.
Where do you think your connection with foxes like stem from? Do you have a like kind of like a mascot of some sort or like
No, I guess I really like canine. The canine species I've always been fascinated with. Loved dogs, loved wolves as a kid.
Ooh.
But there's something funny, and I love humor. It's my number one outlet and passion in life is watching comedy. But aside from art, it's funny that it's this savage little killer that's so cute, and they befriend humans sometimes, and yet they're just a predator. But they prance around like a goofy little thing, and I just find that dichotomy to be funny. And
So,
yeah, something about them. They're cute as hell, man.
so what you're telling me is those foxes that I see on Instagram and shit, like they usually get hunt down their human. They usually hunt them down.
Uh, I don't know about that. I'm not actually a biologist. I
uh,
just roleplay as one sometimes with fun facts.
Understandable, understandable. And it's funny, like through the delay, Meta Wolf was asking, are you a fairy? uh, let's see. And I do want to give a few welcomes. I see Fluffy Pony up there and 24/7. Welcome to Beyond the NFT. It's been a while. Thank you for joining us. We have the legend Ajab in the building, as well as Redacted, and Rustan is in the building. Bro, first I'm going to start off by apologizing to Rustan. because I talk about him so much. But do you know my friend Rustan?
No, I don't think so.
Uh, look him up on YouTube when you have a moment. That exact
Will
name.
do.
Uh-huh. You can thank me later. You can thank me later. Like, anyway, moving moving on. And so, you kind of mentioned in like all your bios and like throughout all your socials that you are a traditional art high school graduate. Um, I was wondering why kind of like um that is kind of like something that you aim to like mention to people. Is there a story behind this or?
That's a fair question. No one's asked before. But there is a reason that I put graduate there is probably because I probably would not have graduated high school if it weren't for that arts high school. Not that I was bad academically, or particularly bad behaviorally. It's just school was so not my vibe. I was ready to drop out in freshman year, but fortunately made it through. And it was the arts high school. You can go through sophomore through
Mhm.
12th grade. And it being in calling yourself a quote unquote AI artist is still like it's in that weird gray zone. But I think it's important because I do have such a deep love and appreciation for the traditional arts and have definitely touched a pencil, as the meme goes.
Mhm.
That I want people to know that I'm not just some guy that found an AI tool, that I do care deeply about art in general.
Mhm. And so and kind of like from being in high school, like in arts related high school, where is that kind of where you studied music, or did your music kind of root even before high school?
It was before high school. Ironically, art was almost what kept me from getting into the arts high school because in sophomore or freshman year, I was doing graffiti and these colorful stickers and lettering and little muffin characters and shit. And these kids fucking bullied me into being into their crew. Like, no, you got to write FBK on all your stickers now. I was like,
Oh man.
reluctantly, whatever. Okay. Then they all got pinched. And because I was still the new guy, they didn't rat on me. But had I gotten pinched, because one of my friends did, he didn't make it into that art school because they had done real damage to the school and surrounding neighborhood.
Mhm.
Um, but wait, what was the question? I was going somewhere.
Um, okay, I asked
Art.
oh, I asked about music.
Oh,
Kind of like how
yeah, music.
go ahead.
That started beforehand. I started playing guitar around 12 and then started doing garage band, like sequencing music and messing around with Reason and FL Studio until I could get my hands on proper synthesizers and stuff. So, never was really that great at it, but it was really fun to mess around and record stuff on my own. But it wasn't until the arts high school that I actually played in bands and learned better recording skills and just all types of stuff. That was a really fun time. I never liked big crowds or like going to music, going to see live. I love live music, but I'd much rather be the guy on the stage playing the music. And I found that out there. It was a lot of fun. Few punk
Mhm.
bands that I had played in and did some one little demo album.
Mm.
I learned a lot there about the business of music and the nuts and bolts and the engineering like side of things. I wouldn't have been the level that I am now without that education for sure.
Mhm. And so here's a fun one. What's your favorite instrument to play?
Guitar, definitely guitar. You don't hear it in my music as of late because I've been experimenting a lot with using AI music programs and then recording synth layers and chopping it up in post. But guitar is the that's my outlet. Like if I'm feeling down or bad or something, I can pick up a guitar and process that a lot better. Much like some people journal or whatever. I find it cathartic to play the guitar. Or
Okay, I
the
see.
drums. Drums is a new passion of mine. I finally got a drum set, a little $60 one from Goodwill, and that's that. Talk about cathartic, like getting energy out like that. That one's rad. I'm just not that good at it.
But you can't go ham though. That's kind of like a
Oh
good
yeah,
anger
dude.
management.
Yeah, bro.
Had a rough day? Hit the drums, hit the drums.
Highly recommend it.
You kind of mentioned the like moving into 2022, seeing AI come into play, become more of like a general thing that everyone's using or getting into. Um, and kind of like that sparked the rebirth of your creative side. I just wanted to, start off this end of the conversation by like even asking like what were some of the first AI masterpieces that you've made, and what you make
Ooh.
it with.